Welcome to June 17th, 2026. The Singularity has gone open source and it speaks Mandarin. Z.AI's GLM 5.2 packs 744 billion parameters, 40 billion active, into MIT-licensed 1 million context weights built for agentic coding, and artificial analysis crowned it the leading open model at 51, passed Minimax M3 and DeepSeek V4 Pro at 44. It also took first on Design Arena at 1,360 ELO, leapfrogging a now unavailable Claude Fable 5, a phrase doing real geopolitical work today. Cursor answered with a 1.5 trillion parameter model on 100,000 GPUs, as big as Opus and GPT. OpenAI shipped deployment simulation, replaying de-identified chats to predict misbehavior, catch calculator hacking, and dull evaluation awareness, while Alibaba's Qwen Robot Suite hit a 45% Robo-Challenge win on 38,000 training hours, and OpenAI teased its GPT-BiDi-1 voice model. Anthropic's consolation was Epoch's Capabilities Index, where Fable 5's 161 beat GPT 5.5 Pro by a point, its first lead in a year, and reaches almost no one. Superintelligence is doing the science now. OpenAI and Molecule.1 set a near-autonomous AI chemist loose in a robotic lab, where across 10,080 experiments, it taught itself the trick that made a stubborn but useful reaction work, lifting its yield. Anthropic's look at 400,000 Claude code sessions found humans owning 70% of planning and Claude 80% of execution, with expertise beating coding background and debugging time halving over 7 months. Once cognition is just throughput, it gets priced like crude oil, by the token, as Microsoft is token-maxing Copilot Cowork with a cheap DeepSeek V4 tier, and Orn launched token price indices for OpenAI and Anthropic. Code is starting to heal, with ChainGuard's Athena coalition drawing on Anthropic's Glasswing and OpenAI's Daybreak to patch 2,000 flaws pre-disclosure. The cost is reality itself, as 59% of TikTok is AI slop, triple YouTubes, and forensics expert Hani Farid says deepfakes have him going blind. France's answer is sovereignty, swapping Palantir for Chaps Vision and a Mistral assistant. Silicon is scrambling to keep pace. The US gave NVIDIA-backed Sandbox a $500 million to invent chip materials. BYD, Google, AMD, and Tesla piled into Samsung's foundry as TSMC strained, and Intel opened 18 A-P risk production toward a possible Apple deal. The build-out has gone parabolic, as Allbirds footwear became SmartBird AI infrastructure under an ex-AWS CEO. Epoch warned hyperscaler capex will top cash flow by Q3. Kazakhstan signed a $10 billion data center valley for 100,000 GPUs, and Microsoft borrowed AWS capacity to keep a GitHub straining under 14 billion AI commits alive. Power is the front line, as the DOJ calls xAI's unpermitted Memphis turbines vital because Grok serves the military, just as Washington lets its data center oversight law lapse in September. Bodies are catching up to brains. China's Moya arrived as maybe the world's first fully biomimetic robot. Boring's Prufrock MB2 began mining Nashville. Mobileye planned a 17,000-car robotaxi fleet, and Uaban shipped a self-driving toilet on wheels for the elderly. To feed it all, Helion won the first license to build a fusion plant, while American battery output is skyrocketing. Orbit is open for business. A Chinese Juque 2 E-stage shattered near Starlink's lanes, yet SpaceX's post-IPO surge carried it past Amazon and briefly Microsoft in market value. Then it bought cursor maker Anysphere for $60 billion, the largest startup buyout ever. Complexity theory is becoming fundamental physics. A preprint argued a qubit could crack NP-complete problems if gravity stays classical, which the authors take as proof it cannot, while France's ANSI, eyeing the practical fallout, moved to require quantum-safe crypto against harvest now, decrypt later attacks. Meanwhile, Harvard's Avi Loeb began detailing the White House's new UAP Science Council. Wetware is being read and rewritten. A UC Davis brain interface gave a man with ALS his voice back. iWire 2 mapped a square millimeter of retina at record scale, and Stanford's Wissner-Gross dated the biological age of 40 cell types, finding aged astrocytes triple Alzheimer's risk in APOE4 carriers. New interfaces are sprouting on the body's surface too, as Snap took pre-orders for $2,195 specs. Apple planned camera AirPods and a foldable iPhone for 2027, and Meta pledged free AI glasses to every blind U.S. veteran, which leaves who governs it. At a closed G7 lunch in Evian, Amade and Hassabis pushed a U.S.-led coalition walling China off from frontier compute, the first time AI chiefs joined heads of state on risk, sovereignty, and child safety, as the White House weighed equity stakes in AI firms and opened talks to lift the Fable 5 ban that Polymarket predicts at 48% will happen by July. Ownership is going on-chain through Coinbase's tokenized stocks, while knowledge that once sold as a book becomes a free prompt, with Tim Ferriss reporting AI is halving how-to nonfiction. And the intelligence explosion may yet lift other species too, as Big Dog Ranch Rescue closed a Wisconsin lab and freed its last 475 beagles. The long arc of the moral universe did indeed bend toward beagles.